Peace, YouTube. Welcome to part 2 in my Promoting Your Music online video series. My name is pt2. Hopefully you enjoyed part 1. This video will contain a lot more practical, hands-on information that you can follow. The other one was basic advice and principles of social media. Now I want to share with you something. There's a big problem with the music industry right now. And when I say music industry, I mean the new industry, the industry that exists online. Things are chaotic and no one really knows what they're doing. And a lot of people are running around like they got their heads cut off and there are really no rules. People are kind of inventing the rules. When Sean Kingston got signed off his MySpace page, you know, no one told him how to do that. It just happened. Back in the late 90s when Ill Mind was submitting beats to hip-hop forums, no one told him to do that. He was one of the first people to do that. And now look where he is, doing songs for G-Unit, Eminem, putting out albums on his own, putting out group projects. But there's a negative side to all that, and that is because there are no rules and because there are no instructions on how to be successful and how to conduct yourself as an artist online, a lot of people are wasting a lot of time. So the challenge for artists now is learning how to navigate this new industry world. And more importantly, learning how to learn. Since there are no rules, since there are no instruction manuals on how to be a successful artist, how to successfully promote your music online, you're gonna have to do a lot of independent research, you're gonna have to ask for help, you're gonna have to be observant, you're gonna have to take some of these old methods from old books on marketing independent music and apply them to Facebook or Twitter or SoundCloud, whatever. Now, in the last video I talked about how artists are increasingly more dependent on online outlets to distribute their music, to break their music. There are huge blogs out there, 2 Dope Boys, Now Right, On Smash, Hot New Hip Hop, DJBooth.net, hiphopgame.com, so on and so forth. And all of these blogs are getting hundreds of thousands of hits every day. And they're posting music that people are downloading, and they're really becoming the new A&Rs of the industry. They're the ones who are breaking music and spreading it to people, and people rely on these sites as their source for new music. Before I get into that, I just want to re-emphasize how important YouTube is. Based on statistics, YouTube is the #1 source for new music for the average person. So like I said in my last video, if you're an artist and you got a bunch of songs, put them all on YouTube. Make sure the keywords are good. Make sure that you tag the hell out of those videos. Make sure that you have a download link to the songs that you're posting in the video description, because YouTube is the #1 source for new music. This is where people are going to get new music. I can't say that enough. So use that to your advantage. Now, I've had a lot of conversations with friends of mine, aspiring artists, and they're frustrated with this whole online blog, hip-hop website thing. You know, how do they get their music on some of these blogs like 2 Dope Boys? You know, it seems like it takes so much time. You gotta contact all these blogs. You gotta, you know, get your package ready. You gotta, you know, wait and send all these emails out and wait and then send more emails out. But the fact of the matter is, nothing's gonna come easy. So you know what I mean? Getting your music out there and building a fan base with very few resources, you know, unless you got a $100,000 budget right now, it's going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take a lot of hard work. But you can start now. And once you get in the habit of doing these things, it doesn't seem like that much work, because now you're making progress. Now you're building networks with people. Now you're making connections and you're seeing results. So, first things first, before you approach some of these websites, before you approach these websites, make sure you have all your stuff together. What you got to understand is, if these websites are reading your emails and posting your music, they're doing you a really big favor. They're taking their time to put your music on their page, giving it to their audience. So you have to make sure that they have as little trouble as possible putting your music on their sites. Make it really easy for them. And that means sending one email, for example. This is my advice. Sending one email with one link to your MP3 or to your album or to your music video, sending maybe one picture if there's an MP3 or an album link, making sure that you're using a file sharing service like Hulkshare. Hulkshare is great because it tracks your plays, and all the website has to do is copy that link and post it on their site. It's really easy. Don't send them 3 separate emails with 3 separate tracks, or one video in one email, one song in another email, one picture in another email. Don't do that, because now you're annoying them and you're making it difficult for them to consolidate everything. And of course, like I said in the last video, introduce yourself properly. Talk to the blogs. Be polite. You know, don't just send them an email saying, hey, check out my music right now, post it on your blog ASAP. Don't do that. And please don't use the word ASAP, because these people are doing you a favor. So once you have all that together, you have a song that's mastered and sounds good, you want to start adding it to these websites. Now it's time to do some research. So are you going to get on thisis50.com right away? No. You could if you pay the money. Is that what you want to do? If so, do it, and make sure that you have a good next step once you get your stuff on a big site like thisis50.com or WorldStar. But if you're just kind of starting at zero, working with some of these smaller blogs first is a good idea. Now what you got to understand about hip-hop websites and blogs and just websites in general is that content gets shared on the internet. So if something gets posted on one blog, the authors of other blogs and websites will often take that content and put it on their own blog. So your momentum just keeps growing. But how do you do this? And people get so frustrated. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. It's really not that hard. We have the internet. It's 2012. Do you know how to use Google? Google will help you with pretty much anything. You can ask a question, and I'm going to give you a perfect example. If you want to know how to submit music to a hip-hop blog, why don't you try searching how to submit music to a hip-hop blog? This way, you're spending your time researching and building up a database of information and networking with people rather than going around and spamming people at random, sending your link to your YouTube video or your Hulkshare or SoundCloud song to people that don't know you, people that don't care about the music necessarily, people that won't take time out of their day to listen to the music. So let's see what happens when you search on Google. I'm going to type submit music to hip hop blog, and all of a sudden a bunch of stuff comes up. So now you have all these different options. Here you can see their email address to submit music right away. You're going to want to click on there because sometimes they have specific information. Here I'm going to check out Hip Hop Linguistics. Looks like a pretty nice blog. I've never submitted music here, but look, they have all of these instructions. They make it very easy for you to submit music to their site. Read the instructions, make sure that you understand the instructions, because you don't want to waste their time and waste your time by not getting your music on this site. And they tell you exactly what you need to do to get your music on their blog. And you can keep doing this. I mean, you saw how many results there were on the Google search. You can keep doing this, keep searching. And if you have your favorite hip-hop websites or blogs, I promise you the authors of the blogs will give you their information. If you go to 2dopeboys.com right now, you can get the information for Shake and Zella right on, like they give you their Twitters, their Gmail addresses, everything. And I'll give you an example. 2 Dope Boys posted this Shine and Gucci Mane song that I produced, but I didn't have credit on it. So I wanted to send them the cover art, which had my name and said produced by DJ pt2 on it. So I just went to 2dopeboys.com, found their information, sent them an email saying, hey, I appreciate you posting the music. I thank you for your support. Here's the official album art. I produced the song. Could you please post it? And they posted it. They were cool about it. Now I'm not gonna lie and act like this is the easiest thing to do in the world. I've submitted music to a lot of blogs and websites and never gotten a response. And that's gonna happen. You can't let that discourage you. If you submit music to, say, 10 blogs every day or 30 a week, something like that, you're gonna get a lot of rejection. Maybe 1 in every 300 beats I send out get picked up by a major artist. But it's worthwhile when it does get picked up, because then I get one of these. You absolutely have to be patient with this stuff. And once your music starts getting out on these websites, more people will be checking for you. So make sure that you have a Twitter, make sure that your Facebook fan page is good, make sure you got pictures of yourself. Another really important thing to do, and this is the last thing I'll talk about, is keeping a record. So as you submit to these blogs, you're going to start seeing patterns. Some of these blogs are going to be more willing to post your music. So if there are websites that are really supporting your music, start taking note. Make sure you write down their names. Make sure you keep a list of email addresses that you're submitting to, so you don't have to keep searching every time you have a new song out that you want to promote. Another thing is, when you make note of who's supporting you. So let's say Kevin Nottingham is supporting me a lot. I'm gonna offer to help him more because he's supporting me, and then we kind of help each other out, favor for a favor, like I was talking about in my last video. So me offering to help with the remix contest, you know, or me offering to release my music to him first, so he's the first one who gets it. I'm not gonna submit it to anybody else. You know, that's an incentive for him because now he's getting exclusives from me, and it's good for me too because now I'm kind of guaranteeing that I'm getting on his site because there's this exclusivity thing. So make sure to keep record of everything so you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you search. Just to review, patience and dedication are a must. When you're submitting music to blogs, make sure you make it really easy for them to post everything. Give them exactly what they need. Don't give them anything more. Don't give them anything less. And use Google. Use Google. If you have a question, Google it, YouTube it. There are a lot of resources out there. A lot of people who are promoting their music in ways that aren't helpful act like they have no idea where to find help. They have no idea where to find resources. They have no idea where to get advice. This stuff is everywhere. Join a forum, join futureproducers.com. Reach out to some of these people who are doing it, other artists who are doing it, ask for help. But most importantly, don't let any of this new industry stuff intimidate you. Don't let it stop you. It seems like a lot of work. It is a lot of work. But if you're really serious about your music, trust me, it's worth it. In my next video, part 3, I will talk directly to the producers, talk about getting beats to artists, talk about submitting beats to major label artists. So if you're a producer who wants to get his or her beats out to different artists, you're gonna want to check on that. And feel free to share any of your own advice by leaving a comment on any one of these videos. Peace.